It was a really good game, and I thought the game was going to be called off, but it was still on, and obviously, God bless his soul, Whitey was there as well.
Yeah.
You know, obviously he's passed away now, and
Yeah.
I remember John Robinson. We had a really strong team. I think we were doing really well that year, and basically, I think we just took the game to Millwall. I think Millwall were doing quite well that season as well.
Yeah, I think they were near pretty much top of the league, and then we beat them, and then they didn't win again for God knows how long, and ended up getting relegated, I think.
Yeah, I know. So, but I think they beat us at home, or we drew at home first, and then we played them away. I think
but
we had a good momentum at that time, and I think we just carried it on. And obviously, I scored 2 goals.
Yeah.
And I remember it really well. The first one I kind of kneed it in between the goalkeeper and the defender.
Yeah.
A bit of a clash. And the second one was a really brilliant movement between myself, Mort, John Robinson, and I end up on the far post and smashing it in.
Yeah. I mean, you talked about how you thought it might have been called off. Obviously, it was. I mean, I've never seen anything like that for Charlton, certainly as a supporter from back then. But I mean, how was it to play on a pitch like that?
It was interesting because some people slipped and some people didn't, and you know the ball really wasn't bouncing that much. It was just more or less like bounce a couple of times, it just skids off. So your first touch has to be spot on, and obviously the feel of the ball wasn't that great, but and obviously it was very cold. So no, but we won, so it was great. It was good to have the game on.
Is it something that years later, did you ever bump into any Charlton fans or anything that mentioned that night to you? Is that something you've heard, back from people over the years, or?
Oh, it's quite funny. I've had a few mentions, but obviously I went to play for Millwall as well.
Well,
so
that was going to be my next question.
And I went and remembered me, so I was quite surprised the fans really took to me because obviously I did pretty well for them as well.
Yeah.
And I got signed for them. I think if I went from Charlton to Millwall directly, it might be a little bit of a difficult time. But I think I went Charlton, Luton, then Millwall.
Yeah.
So I think there was a bit of a gap, and I think they appreciated me. Because obviously I did well for them, and obviously they remembered me scoring against them, so they knew that I was a good player. So it's not something that I came in blind. But anyway, it's about Charlton, and no, it was great. The derby's always fantastic. There's a bit of apprehensive sometimes, but it's normally a low score.
And that's something we always say. It's always been the case, no matter how old the supporter is, if they're in their 70s or 80s, or if they're in their 20s, they all say, like, it doesn't matter who's out there, what manager we've got, it's always the same. We always struggle against Millwall.
I think that's down to how you approach it, because at that time we were really flying, and we had a good group of young lads come in, young boys as well, athletic, fast, hungry. So, and it was a strange situation. I think, especially when we got the first goal, our tails got up, and we just protected the lead, and we got a second. And more or less it was just about seeing the game out.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's very strange. Even when we played them at the old Den, and we played them at the Sellers Park and stuff like that, it was strange. It was very difficult it was quite hard to comprehend why we couldn't beat them, although we did compete with them.